Hey, what's going on? Welcome to BudgetStrong.com. Today I'm going to take you over the December budget. I'm going to be looking at the three areas of my personal finances, which include the recurring monthly bills that happen every month, or as I like to call them, their needs, and they need to happen in order for me to live an appropriate lifestyle. Then extras, okay? These are things that if we wanted to, we can cut back on instantly, and we don't have to pay them out, but they're wants, like personal allowance, if you will. And then the debt stuff. So that's stuff, of course, that we want to be free of and want to get out from under, and we pay that so we can live a different lifestyle than we do currently. All right, and just to start things off, looking at the recurring, as always, my month-to-month rent, I should say month-to-month, so I'm actually in a one-year agreement, but my monthly rent to cost doesn't change. It's $1,025, electric $85, toiletries $50, diapers and wipes $50, groceries $400. It all comes out to a total of $1,983. So let's go ahead and mark that here. So already we're at almost half of my income. That's probably about 40% there. Let's keep going. So the extras, we're looking at $200 for myself and my wife, budget girl. My little boy is about $30. So that's $230 right there, or $430 right there. Excuse me, $430. And then you have Netflix, Hulu, keep us sane, business, which is what I do on the side. Moving toward building more income in that arena, and then my credit. And my credit is really just how I track my credit history and my credit score, so I can keep that monitored. I monitor that probably close to daily basis, sometimes on a weekly basis. So looking at that in total, let's go ahead and add that up quickly here. So we're looking at 400, 450, 16, 476, 485. Let's all put it in. So this is going to be a subtotal of 45. Okay. All right. So my debt. So we paid off about a little over $5,000 in 2 months in debt, and we've just been hammering away at it. And we have just a little bit left over. And as you see, credit cards, $1,911.51 left on the credit cards that we have. And let's just go and total this up. And then mom loan, we have only $500 left. We've already knocked out $1,000 that we owed her. We had a total of $1,500 worth of a mom loan. And so now we're down to $500. So this month is the last month to pay that. And then we have some miscellaneous bills from where we lived previously that we're wrapping up. And so that's $448 for one bill, $131 for another. And finally, to pay off the rest of the third bill, it's $164. So we're looking at a total of $3,154.51. That sounds about right. Yeah. So let's put the subtotal here. All right. So you add these up total. Let's do the income first there. And then bills/debt. Look at remaining. Okay. All right. So let's add up the debt first, since we have that number. Those three numbers just add together here. So for bills and debt this month, we're looking at $5,622.51. So that's a substantial number there. And then for income, in our emergency fund, okay, we're looking at right now $1,000. Okay, that's what we have saved up so far. We've had that saved for about since September, I want to say, or the very end of September actually. We've had that saved up. So I think it's the end of September. But the bills and debt is $5,622.51. We have $1,000 in case of emergency, something happens. We got money to free ourselves of that situation. All right, so for income, we're looking at $4,729.70. And again, we're clearly way over there for our bills, our income in comparison to bills and debt. We don't have enough for this month, right? So then that means there's something that we're not going to pay. It looks like we might not make our goal of being out of debt this year by the end of 2012. I do have a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm expecting some extra funding to come through, or extra income rather, I should say. So we'll see how that turns out. But as of right now, we're short by, so we are negative. So we're short by $892.81, which is pretty significant. I mean, we could use our emergency fund, right, and get right out of that if we want to. But I don't think we want to do that, because that's not the purpose of an emergency fund. In fact, what we may do is, if we know we can replenish it within 4 or 5 days, close to the end of the month, we might just go ahead and use that, because we're just going to get that money right back come next payday. But as you see here, going into next year, if we are able to totally dump this debt, okay, and pay it off, get it out of our life, I'm going to show you some other numbers here that will look quite beneficial. So while I may be paying out a lot to get out of this hole, if you will, it's definitely going to be worth it. So let's say by the end of this year, the extra income comes through, and we're able to pay off all debt. So if I look at just what I would normally pay out for reoccurring and the extras, I'd be looking at, if you can see this, I'll put it up here, $2,261.70. This is going to be free cash flow every month moving forward, which is a substantial amount of money And this actual number might be lower because there's some things I'm going to start investing in. So that number may drop, but right now, as of today, $2,261.70 would be able to be reinvested back into ourselves, invested into our business, something external, maybe even into my websites and things there, better lighting, all that different stuff is a possibility now because of this. So with that being said, we should, in order to hit our goal of $20,000 in 1 year, or saving $20,000 in 1 year, I think we need only save $1,666.67, if I'm correct. Yep. So our target to save every month is $1,667.67. All right. That's our target. Okay, if we can hit that every month, we're looking in good shape, because that means that we have, not only do we have our goal hit, so in 1 year we can save $20,000, but we have an abundance of money left over. So how much is left over? Let's see, 2261.70 minus 1667.67. So we have $594.03 left over starting January that we can put back into extras, or if we want to save faster, we can take those funds, that extra $594, and put it towards our goal to save a little bit more money. Let's see what that looks like if we did that. So if we did that every month, we'd save, instead of meeting the $20,000 goal, because we did say between $20,000 and $25,000 is what we wanted to save. Okay, so if we did that, right, then we should be able to hit $27,140. So if we took that $594 and put that in there, that where that money would go. But there's one caveat to that, why we won't probably more likely be able to do that. My student loans will be hitting very soon, and I'll have to pay those back, and I'm looking at on a 30-year repayment plan probably around $600. So that money might actually come over to the reoccurring and sit here for a while until we get that income property, which is fine because I have a plan to not pay that. I've only made one payment on that so far in my career after my education, after I've graduated. So hopefully I don't have to make any more payments. All right. So there you have it. This has been BudgetStrong.com. Thank you for joining, and stay tuned for more videos, and I look forward to your feedback. And if there's anything I can do to help you, please go ahead and contact us on the Contact Us page, and I will talk to you soon.